We could be looking at the same event, but it makes us uncomfortable to sit with people who see that event differently. We're much more at ease with people who see it the same way we do. I love to talk to people that don't see it the same way I do, who see it totally differently, because I'm like, I expand me here. Like, clearly I'm too narrow because I believe that there's good in you. I believe there's good in all people. And there's a reason why you're seeing things the way you're seeing them that has a perfectly good, true, values driven reason underneath it. So explain this to me. Like, just tell me. And I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to debate. I'm here to learn and understand. And I don't think I've ever had an experience with someone where I was genuinely curious that didn't expand me in some way, that didn't put me more in touch with the immensity of my own self and clarify, expand my sense of perception. And I think that when we do that, we find that a lot of that when we really are open to people in that way, innocence replaces suspicion. And we find that we are more alike than we are different.
Mhm.
That we care about the same things, we want the same things. Now, there's a variety of reasons why we've come to different conclusions about what would lead to those outcomes for ourselves, for our families, for our community, whatever it is. But I rarely meet people that are truly malicious villains,
Right.
like that truly don't care about other people, that only want what they want. Now, the problem is they get caught up in fearful mindsets that drive them to these self-absorbed, narcissistic thought patterns. But the way we let it go is curiosity, is belief that there is another story here that I just don't know it yet. And for me, as a documentary filmmaker, it's funny, people ask me a lot, like, well, how do you do interviews? Like, what is the secret to interviews? And I'm always like, well, look, I only have like 30 minutes with a person usually. And with my films, they're very inspirational. So I'm trying to get to the emotional heart of this. So I'll say, like, okay, well, tell me the story about what we're talking about here. And I'll let them tell the story. And then I'll say something like, wow, man, that was something. I mean, tell me how that made you feel. Like, how did you feel when you were going through that? And they'll talk a little bit more. And then I'll say, man, wow, that's deep. That's heavy, or that's whatever. I mean, so tell me more about how you experienced that. And essentially, all I'm doing is just going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until we finally get to that heart level, that soul level, where they're like, well, and then you get like down to the core feeling, the core sensation, the core experience somebody went through. And so usually when I'm with somebody and, like, let's say they're outside of filmmaking, when I'm with somebody and they get upset or they're reactive emotionally, usually I saw a great post from my friend Mark Silverman, who's a corporate coach, executive coach. And he said that whenever you're with somebody and they become emotionally reactive, like if you put it on a scale of 1 to 10, if they're beyond a 5 in their emotional reactivity, know this for certain, it's not about you. It's always about what's moving in them. The mistake you make as a leader is you see somebody really react as a 6 or a 7,
Mhm.
and you take it personally because they're projecting it on you as if it's about you. But if somebody's at that level, it's never about you, brother. Never. It's always about what's going on in them. So the curiosity is to say, what's going on in you that's causing you to react this way, that's driving this reaction. And sometimes you can ease that reaction by maneuvering things in the world that create a little more ease for them. You can
Mhm.
get them a more comfortable chair to sit in. You can, get them a cup of water. You can bring them into a room that's better temperature for them, and that will ease it. But a lot of times, as leaders, what we have to do is get real curious about what's underneath that reaction and say, okay, what's really driving this? And in some ways, you kind of have to move into therapist mode. I often say that about my work. I'm part filmmaker, part therapist, because by the end, if we're not crying, then I haven't succeeded. like, by the end of the interview, by the end of the, we're going deep here. And that's the opportunity. I mean, that's where the healing really happens in the world, is when we get curious about what's going on beneath the surface with people that's driving them to do what they do. And again, back to what we said a little while ago, it's almost always either an expression of love or a cry for love, one or the other, both of which, if they're open to it, I can offer.